Returning to wealthy coins, howdy everyone! This leak has officially validated the Shiba Inu bull run. Updates on SHIB today. While the Shiba Inu community is understandably delighted with SHIB's January performance, a feeling of market uncertainty has resurfaced as the month draws to a close. However, as we near the end of the month, the market is once again filled with uncertainty, particularly in relation to its performance in February. For Shiba Inu investors, the most important event coming up is the FOMC meeting. To better comprehend how the FOMC meeting affects their Shiba Inu portfolio, it is helpful to have a thorough grasp of what the meeting entails. The modification of the federal fund rate is a major highlight of the meetings, which take place every 3 weeks. The latter represents the interest rate at which the Federal Reserve lends money to banks. The film will discuss the Shiba Inu bull run that has been confirmed by this leak. Today's SHIB News. To view our most recent videos, please subscribe, share, and give us a big thumbs up. Now, let's get the video started. The federal fund rate is a tool for economic stability that the Federal Reserve employs. People will have better access to liquidity and a more favorable investment climate if borrowing costs are lower. Conversely, borrowing money becomes less attractive and investment becomes less likely when the rate is higher. As a component of its quantitative tightening strategy to control inflation, the Federal Reserve raised the federal fund rate during most of 2022. Following the most recent FOMC meeting, Shiba Inu and the market as a whole saw a positive increase. This is due to the fact that in contrast to last month's announcement, the Federal Reserve only raised interest rates by 0.5% or 50 basis points. The market saw the Fed's decision to reduce the FFR as an indication that they were easing off on their aggressive rate hike plans. Reports that the Federal Reserve achieved some success in combating inflation preceded this. January 34 and February FUN are the dates set for the next FOMC meeting. Many believe the Federal Reserve will increase the federal funds rate FFR by 25 basis points. If this is accurate, it might lend credence to positive sentiment, which might lead to fresh buying pressure for SHIB. With that result, it would be able to break over the $0.0000123 price level, which has been acting as resistance for the past several days. Shiba Inu investors should brace themselves for a price increase of up to 14% to the next Fibonacci resistance line if a rally is in the cards. A rate hike over that might fool investors and cause Shiba Inu prices to drop again. It is possible that a 10% decline is imminent. Depending on the result, it will return to levels at or below its 200-day moving average. The market can sometimes respond in advance of the official release of the FOMC minutes. Some have hypothesized that this is due to the fact that those in influential positions are aware of the Federal Reserve's rate decision prior to its official announcement. Therefore, certain market players may get preferential treatment, enabling them to respond appropriately. Shiba Inu's weighted sentiment metric did show a small increase over the past 2 days, which is rather interesting. If this holds, it might mean that market optimism is on the mend. Now that estimates are trending towards a 25 basis point raise, this does not necessarily mean that investors predict another surge. Price volatility has dropped marginally over the past several days, but it's possible that another spike is around the corner. Reason being, this week's trading might get a little busier due to the FOMC data. The results of exchange flows are also indicative of this. While supply outside of exchanges has been steadily rising, it has fallen sharply on exchanges in recent days. Even if the FOMC opts for a steeper rate hike than expected, a bearish pivot can still occur within the allotted time. Now that the official numbers are out, the directional momentum is likely to pick up. There will be possibilities for short-term gains in the succeeding trend, which SHIB traders and investors can take advantage of. In the last week, Benzinga looked at the future of a lot of people's favorite stocks. The tech-heavy Nasdaq led the markets higher this week, continuing the positive atmosphere that began 2023 on Wall Street. Final week results showed a 2.37% increase for the S&P 500, a 1.81% increase for the Dow Industrials, and a 4.32% increase for the Nasdaq. Economists had predicted a 2.6% increase in fourth quarter GDP, but the Commerce Department announced a 2.9% increase on Thursday. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index increased by 5% in December, according to Friday's BOS report. This was lower than the 5.5% growth in November and lower than the 5.5% gain that economists had predicted. Two popular meme cryptocurrencies are SHIB and Doge. As a component of the Shiba Inu project, the SHIB token is part of the Ethereum blockchain. Despite its comedic origins, the cryptocurrency Doge has grown a sizable user base since its 2013 launch. Investing in either of them has a high degree of risk due to their extremely volatile prices. For a long time, Dogecoin was the only meme coin that people knew about. The combination of speculative investments and sudden price declines causes huge rallies on a regular basis. In 2020, the Shiba Inu coin entered the market as a rival. The idea is that this is a spoof of Dogecoin. The value of Shiba Inu has increased at a faster rate than Dogecoin has. This is understandable, given that the initiative is in its infancy. Thus, the potential losses outweigh the gains. Shiba Inu might have also failed or had very little price gains, just as other meme coins. When compared to Dogecoin in 2023, the Shiba Inu currency carries a greater risk but also offers a greater potential payoff. Dogecoin might be better off with the Shiba Inu since meme coins are so dangerous to invest in. Dogecoin, Doge, and Shiba Inu, three meme coins with a doc theme, are among the most decentralized digital assets available, according to a senior executive of Cyber Capital, an investment business. Chief Investment Officer Justin Bonds informs his Twitter followers that 32 of the top 50 crypto assets, including Doge and SHIB, are theoretically decentralized. There are only 32 truly decentralized cryptocurrencies out of the 50 most popular ones. Despite the fact that decentralization is not a fixed concept but rather a spectrum, we can still answer yes or no. Always bear in mind that the truth as it stands in theory may not always hold water in reality. After a strong start to the new year, the price of Shiba Inu is beginning to cool down.